Hi everybody, here's Wednesday's maths lesson. I hope that you're all okay. I got to say first before we start that I have been so impressed with the maths work that's been sent to me this week so far, and the work that I received last week. We've been doing some quite tricky maths for this late in the term, and I've got to say the effort and the work that's been produced is just amazing. So well done for working hard and for doing so well. Now, today's our final lesson on percentages, and I'll be planning some new lessons tomorrow for Thursday and Friday, and I will also plan some lessons for next week. So if anyone's got any special requests of things they'd like me to cover, things you'd like to revise that we've done before, or something that we haven't done, then feel free to send me some suggestions tomorrow, and I will see what I can do. I will see if I can plan some lessons for Thursday or Friday, or maybe I'll use your ideas for next week. On screen you can see today's starter task. So today we are revising multiplying decimals by whole numbers. It's always best, if you can, to do calculations mentally, because that can be the most efficient way, but not always. But I'm just going to show you on screen now a formal way to record your workings. So for some of these, I think that you'll find it too tricky to do it efficiently just in your head. So you could set it out like this. So this is the same as column multiplication. The only thing you need to remember is to pop the decimal place in the correct place. So you need to line up the digits carefully. Pause the video and have a go. Right, I'm going to go through the answers so you can see how you've got on. So here's my workings. Notice how I tried really carefully to keep my place value columns lined up, and when I carried a digit to the next column, I made sure that I placed it directly under the column so that I remembered to add it. Okay, let me know if you agree with my answers, or let me know if I've made a mistake. Now here's the final word problem that we didn't have time to do yesterday. So this links to yesterday's session. Let's read it and then you can see if you can do it. If you didn't join in with yesterday's lesson, I suggest you stop this video and go back to yesterday, as it might not make sense. I have a length of rope. I cut off 20% of the rope. The remaining piece is 10 meters long. How long was the rope to start with? Okay, so you might need to read it again. Basically, work out what percentage of the rope is equal to 10 meters. I had a piece of rope, I cut off 20%, the remaining piece is 10 meters. So what percent is the 10 meters worth? I'm hoping you got 80%. So if we know that 80% is equal to 10 meters, you need to use that fact to get back to the magic 100, because 100% means whole. So I suggest you do some division first and then multiplication. So scale down and then scale up. Pause the video, record your workings clearly on your piece of paper. Okay, I'm going to reveal my workings. Remember that you may have got to the answer a different way. That's what's nice about percentages. There are many ways to get to the right answer. So, first of all, I decided to halve 80% to get to 40%. Okay. Then I halved again, just to make it easy. So I actually did this in 3 steps. I just found this easy. So I halved again, so I got to 20%, and then I know that 5 20% make a whole: 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So I scaled up and I multiplied by 5. I got the answer 12.5 meters. Did you get the same as me? Maybe you could share your work with me afterwards so I can see the route that you took to get to 100%. can you complete these ratio tables? So don't worry, you don't need to draw the table, you can just use the equal sign. So you can write 100% equals, 40% equals, 10% equals. So you've been given the fact 40% equals 28. I suggest you work out what 10% is first, and then scale up to get 100%. Pause the video. These should be fairly straightforward if you've done well on the word problems, so have a go. Okay, so I hope you remember that whatever you do to one side, you do the same to the other side. So here's my workings. So first of all, I divided by 4. So I got 7 is equal to 10%. And then I know that 10 lots of 10% make a whole. So I got the answer 70. Over here, I divided by 3. I know that 15 divided by 3 is 5. So I did 60 divided by 3 is 5. Then I worked out that 20 times 5 is 100. So I did 20 times 20 to get 400. Let me know how you got on. Okay, we've just got 2 more of these problems to try out, and then I think hopefully you'll feel really confident at doing this and your percentage knowledge will have really improved. I'm thinking of a number. 7% of my number is 49. What is my number? Right, now before you start this, please tell me what type of number 49 is. It's got a special name. I hope you said square number. Which number do you square to get 49? You do 7 squared. 7 multiplied by 7 is 49. So that's a big clue for you, so hopefully you can use that clue. That might help you to understand how to get from 7 to 100. So I suggest you divide first and then multiply, but equally you may have a different pathway that you want to take. So first of all, write down what you know. So you know that 7% equals 49. Work out what the whole number is worth. Pause the video, record your workings. Okay, I'm going to reveal my method, so see if you agree with me. So I decided to use the fact that 49 is a square number. So I decided to divide by 7, so I found the square root. So I did 49 divided by 7, and I worked out that 1% equals 7. Nice and straightforward. Then to get back to 100%, I multiplied by 100. I think this is the easiest way to get to the answer. So I got the answer 700. Did you get the same? Okay. I'm thinking of a number. 30% of my number is 105. What is my number? So notice how I've divided first and then multiplied. So remember, every time you're told part of the whole, you always want to get back to 100%, because there are 100%, there are 100 parts in the whole. Pause the video and have a go. Right, I'm going to reveal my answer. So first of all, I went to 10% because I really like going to 10%. So I divided both sides by 3. I knew that 105 is a multiple of 3 because if you remember in school we talked about if you add up the digits in any number, if the total is a multiple of 3, then you know that it's divisible. So for example, 1 add 0 add 5 is 6. So I know that 105 is a multiple of 3. So I got 10% is equal to 35. And then I know that 10% make 100, so the answer is 350. final question, I think. Or maybe we've got 2 more. So far, Adam has read 180 pages, or 60% of his book. How many pages are in Adam's book in total? So what fact do we know? What do we know? What percentage of the book has Adam read? How many pages has he read? So hopefully you've written down that 60% of the book is equal to 180 pages. So same process, you need to get back to 100%, you'll need to work out the whole amount. So pause the video, see if you can get from 60 to 100. I'm going to reveal my workings. So first of all, I went to 10%. So I divided both sides by 6. I recognise that 18 is a multiple of 6. So that was nice and straightforward. So 10% is worth 30. And then, just like before, I multiplied both sides by 10. And I got my answer 300. Final question, the shopping question. A pair of trainers is reduced by 25% in the sale. What fraction is the same as 25%? 1/4. So the pair of trainers has a quarter off. They now cost £36. What did they cost at full price? So write down the fact that you know. So when he's gone to the till, what percentage of the total did he actually have to pay? Okay, the trainers were reduced by 25%. Nearly said the answer then. So what percentage is equal to £36? Write the fact down. Okay, so hopefully you've worked out that 75% is equal to £36. Okay, so if you go shopping and it says 25% off, that means you're only paying 75% of the total value. Now see if you can get from 75% to 100%. I did it in 2 steps. I divided first and then I multiplied. The final question for today's session. Have a go. Right, I'm going to reveal my workings. So let's have a look what I did. So first of all, I divided by 3. Notice how 7 add 5 is 12, so I know that's a multiple of 3. And 3 add 6 is 9, so I know that's a multiple of 3. It's a nice little trick to remember. So I worked out that 25% of the trainers is worth £12. Then, what do you think I did next? I multiplied by 4. So 100% is worth £48. Okay, so how much has this person saved? They've saved £12. You can actually see it there, can't you? 25% equals £12. Oh no, I had one more. I'm teasing you, I keep telling you it's the end. Final question. I think this is the 3rd time I've said that now. 90% of the runners in a race have crossed the finish line. There are 12 runners on the course. How many runners took part altogether? Okay, so read it again. 90% have crossed the finish line. There are still 12 runners on the course. So what percentage of the runners is equal to 12? Okay, so if 90% have crossed the finish line, that must mean that 10% of the runners are still running. Now the question tells us that 12 people are still running. So you need to write down that 10% equals 12 runners. Use that fact. So 10% equals 12 runners. Use that fact to work out how many runners took part altogether. Going to reveal the answer. I multiplied by 10, so 120 runners took part. Well done for joining in today, and please share your work with me because it really makes me very happy when I see people's work. And remember, if you would like something, if you've got an idea about something you'd like to revise, then send me a message and I'll see what I can do. If I don't hear from anybody, then I will choose some things myself. Okay, thanks for joining in.